Okay, let's move my head up here, right? Now we've been looking at what I used to land a sales position as an appointment setter. So when I was basically starting out, what did I use to land a position as an appointment setter, and what do you basically need to land a position as an appointment setter? Right? Let's actually take this like this, and let's actually split the screen like usual. Let's split the screen to two columns and let's start. Now, first thing I actually did when coming to this space was I tried to do everything myself. Yeah, you could definitely try go on YouTube, this, that, but you definitely need the sales foundation. All right, so what I used to land the position first, I got the sales foundation, sales. Why am I putting a capital letter? Sales foundation. Now, what's the sales foundation? Basically, the ground root knowledge about sales and how it actually works. So I went through. First, I actually started out by going through YouTube, right? Free resources on YouTube. Then I joined a couple of Discord communities. Right before I actually joined appointment setting communities on Facebook, in as much as I have large communities right now in appointment setting on Facebook, I didn't actually join appointment setting when I was starting out, right? So I joined basically YouTube, then I joined communities on Discord, then I actually found communities on Facebook. So I joined Facebook communities related to appointment setting, right? Communities. Right, then the next thing I actually did was to start following sales accounts. Sales accounts. Basically following sales content on IG. Right, so I follow sales contents on IG. Right, that was basically what I was doing when I started out. Now I had a couple of I had one key part is the Facebook groups was not just sales, and the Discord group was not just sales. It was also coaching for course creators and for basically appointment setting. So I joined all these communities. I got the ground knowledge, right, and I started out. Basically, I started out. Now, when I was starting out, I only had an idea of just shooting an intro pitch and just pitch yourself and try to get hired, right? Got also a couple of crappy offers that way. I didn't actually have a clue that there's something called application assets and what you basically need to apply. So this was basically my approach. I basically like went from the sales foundation, got the sales foundation from YouTube, didn't really get it much till I actually like bought a course. All right. It wasn't very expensive course then, but I bought a course, right? So I bought a course. This was when I got the proper knowledge, right? Yeah, I got the knowledge from YouTube. I got the knowledge from Discord. But once I actually started going through a course, I was able to now compare it back with YouTube. Now, when I actually started blending these two together, there's a lot of stuff the courses won't actually teach you, and like strategies, frameworks. I basically now compared it, right? This person said, this is my selling style on Facebook, this is my selling style. I take his selling style, go find other people's selling style, and I compare all of them together, and I decide to come up with my own stuff. By the way, before this, I actually had experience in DM appointment setting and in like sales and a little bit about that, right? Now, the next thing I actually did was for me to actually land the sales position, I had leverage, right? What I used to land the position was leverage much of the time, right? I had leverage, and I had an offer, right? I had a very crazy offer. Now, what was the offer I actually had? Basically, I'm going to tell you what the offer I had, but just before we actually let's put offer before leverage, right? Because the offer actually comes before the leverage. Now, the offer I had was I reached out to businesses. First, I was trying to get hired, right? So I found out that route didn't work. I got an offer, right? I got an offer. I didn't actually reach out to the business. The business reached out to me because the approach I was using to get hired was I joined these communities, and one thing I always know is I join these communities and I just begin to talk about everything I'm learning. Oh, this appointment setting. Okay, this is how appointment setting can help a business. This is how appointment setting can help a coaching business. This is how I was just talking and blabbing, right? I was not really like the best in the space because if you just check it out, no, I was just talking and I got offers, right? I definitely first offer I didn't really suck at it, right? So um, the next offer didn't really go well till I basically had an offer to pitch myself. I turned myself into an offer. What was my offer? I reached out to business with a crazy offer, like how can I let me to get you 15 new sales in the next month, right? You don't need to actually change anything. All I just need from you is your VSL and this, right? That was basically how I was pitching out to business. But before that, this was after I actually did it for myself. So what I did for myself after like going through the sales foundation and everything and landing an offer, the next thing I basically did after this was to start selling, right? So I found a low ticket offer, basically mid-ticket offer. I started selling for double the price, and I was making money from there. Now, using that strategy, I had actually gone from sales foundation, had come to the stage of, let's actually give some space and take it back up. I'd gone from sales foundation space to actually sales implementation space. All right. Now, most of you are trying to get into this stage because I actually got it from sales and implementation stage, right? Because I actually got an offer, didn't really work well, booked a couple of appointments, didn't really work well. So I actually started like, okay, let me start selling, right? Let me just jump and start selling. So I went to the sales implementation phase. This is where I was actually doing like implementing my skill as appointment setter and using my skill as an appointment setter and closing offers in the DM. So I wasn't really good at coming on camera and like, hey, what's the offer about? Nah, I wasn't really good at that. So I was just using my skill as appointment setting, right? I was using my skill as an appointment setting to get people in the DM, and then I try to like do DM closing. So I get them in the DM, have a DM convo, and I do DM closing, right? I wasn't really doing all the closing because the business had a VSL. So all I did was to interact with the person and get them to actually work the VSL. Now, the way I actually landed a role was when I actually had two stuff right now. I had two stuff right now. I had the sales foundation, had the sales implementation, which basically gave me results, right? And this is what we call sales experience. Now, when I had the sales foundation, I had the sales implementation, and I had these two stuff. Now, the sales knowledge, I had the sales knowledge plus sales experience. I had the sales knowledge plus sales experience. Now, I could actually have leverage in crafting my offer, right? I could have leverage in crafting my offer and giving people numbers. Oh, like I actually had Zach basically mentioned something today on Facebook. Businesses want to see numbers. One thing they actually want to see numbers. So I had numbers to basically show them. Oh, I was able to sell this amount, right? Did this amount of sales, did this, while doing this. So I had this knowledge, I had the sales experience. Now I started applying to offers. Right now, I could go on offers and not basically pitch DM closing. I could actually just book appointments. The business handled the closing because at that time I was not really good at closing, so I knew how many sales I definitely lost, but I was learning. Right, I was learning. That's why I always tell people that get into sales, even if you don't close an offer, you're going to still learn something. Now, when I was actually pitching to offers, it was easy for me to get a role, right? So sales knowledge plus sales experience equals a role, right? Basically a sales role. But now in getting to apply for these roles, you need to actually come up with a application asset. So I put myself into an offer and I turned it to an application asset. And what do I basically have? I have an intro page. I have a Loom video, and I had basically, let's put application assets. Application assets. And I optimized my profile. Optimized profile. Right? So I had all this in check. And when I basically start reaching out to businesses, it's completely different because now I can definitely tell you, oh, I have an intro page. I tell you in my Loom video, I have a sales knowledge from all these sources. I have experience because I've done X, Y, Z, and I had sales role. Basically, that was how I was basically able to get a sales role. Now, the last thing I actually included into my application asset was leverage. Now, leverage can come in several ways, shapes, and form, but the way I actually added leverage into these businesses was to come with what I called appointment setting arbitrage. This is a whole new stuff, right? I haven't really talked about it. You might have heard it around the place, but it's called appointment setting arbitrage. Is it spelling of arbitrage? Yeah, this is spelling of arbitrage. Okay, it's arbitrage. I think this is spelling of arbitrage. I am actually doing a crazy mistake there. Hey Siri, can you spell arbitrage? Arbitrage. Okay. Okay, that's enough. So appointment setting arbitrage, right? Funny how we know words and them. Now, basically, a lot of people are good at spelling. I'm not really a spelling guy, right? Funny enough, I did spelling bee once in my life, but that aside, so appointment setting arbitrage is where you get hired, right? You get hired to set appointments for a business, and what you do is to hire your own team of setters who do the work for you. So basically, now it's very simple. You get hired to book appointment for a particular business. Kind of works basically for outbound, right? You get hired to work as an appointment setter for a business, and what you do is to hire more appointment setters, but they're not working directly for the business; they're working under you, and you can do a commission split with them, right? So maybe you're getting paid like 10% commission. You could definitely give them like 5% each commission and just take 5% while doing nothing. Right? Kind of works if you know what you're doing, if you know how appointment setting works. But application asset, this is basically what I used to actually land a role, right? And basically I came up also with leverage. So, and this is, I had an offer. So offer plus leverage, offer plus leverage. Now, this is basically what I used to land a role. Like it's super easy. Have an intro page. Hey, Michael, I see what you're doing. Love this, an intro page. Crazy intro page. Right now, basically, let me give you guys my intro page, my exact intro page. I pray I can actually remember it. I want to give it directly right now. Now, for instance, I'm reaching out to, I always love to use fitness, right? Now, I'm reaching out to a fitness guy. I'm like, hey, Michael, I was just scrolling through your page and I saw your testimonial this, by the way, my intro pitches are usually voice message. So if you hear the way I'm saying it, it's kind of sounds different. Now, if your intro pitch is kind of text, it shouldn't be too lengthy. You just should have a hook to get them to watch your Loom video. Now, my intro pitch usually sounds longer because it's a voice message and it can be like 1 minute, right? So, hey, Michael, I just closed your page and I see I see how you're crushing it. And I definitely resonate a lot with your testimony of how you're able to take Anderson from XYZ pounds to losing XYZ pounds within XYZ period of time. I actually resonate with this and that, but wish I actually found your page like 6 months ago when I was actually in my weight loss journey. Know that this will have definitely been a lot of value to me. Right now, I'm actually an appointment setter and I work with fitness businesses like yours because I resonate very well with the offer. I have been in the situation most of the clients has been. So right now, what I do is to book appointments of people like me for businesses like you to get you more clients who can actually sign up to your stuff. By the way, I made a video breaking down exactly how you can come into your business and book your 100 plus. I usually kind of give numbers sometimes, but not every time. I am book you XYZ amount of calls within XYZ amount of time, or 2x your calls, or this, or that, or this, and then pitch them that, right? And then check the link down below is a video, right? You just have to have a hook to get them to watch the video. Don't just be like, oh, I made a Loom showing you why you should hire me, right? Not a lot of people actually check that out. Now, another thing I always tell people to do is have leverage and have an offer. Sometimes a crazy offer I've actually hired is, okay, just hire me. I'll send me like the one I said, just give me the link, give me this, and that's all I need from you. There's a new one I've actually seen is just give me all the calls and clients who didn't basically sign up in your pipeline, right? Give me all those clients and I'll just turn them into give me all those leads and I'll turn them into clients, something like that. You just need to come with something that everyone is not saying. By the way, I always tell people if you do what everyone else is doing, you will see what everyone else is seeing. It's just the law of business, right? So if you want to see a different result from what everyone else is seeing, you definitely need to start doing what everyone else is not doing, right? You need to start doing what everyone else is not doing. It's a simple, easy process. I hope basically this helps. You need an application asset. That's basically what this video is about. You definitely need an application asset. It's very, very important landing rules in appointment setting. By the way, if you're actually watching this right now and you want to land a role very fast, you want us to build your echo bank of application assets, help you to interpret your Loom video. We have a Loom video script generator powered by AI, and also your profile optimization. We actually help you optimize your profile and you want to craft an offer out of yourself and have leverage, and also get access to opportunities directly to apply to. Sign up to the sales channel down below. I think we'll have you 20% off if you come in directly from YouTube. And also, I think I'm going to drop my socials. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM.